said he's just a friend.
Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new edition of Getting Color right here on the BigVitoBrand.com. And I am Virtue, the No DQ debate king, being joined by the man himself, former WCW hardcore champion, tag team champion. He worked in every major wrestling promotion, and he now golfs and plays softball in Central Florida in his retirement village, Big Vito LaGrasso. What's up?
What's going on, peeps? Let's show you the guns and what I've been doing. I'm going to spit a secret, but the gym is back in attack, baby. I'm telling you, there's a surprise coming, and people are going to recognize what's going on.
You look like you're ready for MMA too, man. You going to go do some MMA?
As soon as I get the deal done, people are going to shit their pants and going to say, no effing way. I am going to be able to take off my shirt and compete with 30-year-olds. This is what's going on. And just by showing the guns, and this is not boasting, but just remember, this is work 6 months in progress.
Yeah, I need longer sleeves.
You know, but you look good in your short sleeves, and I know everybody's been wondering why I have been dieting for 6.5 months. It will come out. I know my wife tells me, eat a burger, please have something fattening, but I can't because the deal is too big to pass up. And I know right now I am looking in prime time Vito space, and I am doing my thing to get myself ready for the announcement. Virtue, how are you doing? How's everything? Noelle is on vacation. She is having an awesome time. I am so happy that she's on vacation and enjoying herself. Virtue, you've been doing your thing. You're looking good. Noelle's looking good. I'm trying to keep up. Aaron Rip is a drip. And from today's friggin' Facebook sparring, he's dying.
We are the kings of that, Vito. So when we do this, we can be like the Young Bucks. I go one way, you go the other.
Ah, yeah. Look at that.
We are the kings of
Almighty.
Oh. So I'm not, this isn't about nature hikes or going and like getting pictures of deers, streams, trees, and leaves. Let's talk about wrestling and even a little bit UFC. Let's get this out of the way.
All right, let's go.
UFC 261 last night. And I believe it was early in the second round, this Masvidal guy. And I looked up, he had 35 wins as a pro. Impressive. But he had 14 losses. So this guy does know how to lose a fight. But he was getting a little cocky, Vito. He was just, he's not Muhammad Ali. You have to earn the right to be cocky. And part of it's a strategy for some of those legends. I know that was boxing. But he walked right in and got clocked by Usman, or however you say his name. What do you think about that, getting cocky and showboating and then getting knocked the F out?
Guys, I've been saying this for years, and my wife can tell you I've said this, and it's come true. When you walk into a UFC fight or any kind of friggin' mixed martial arts fight, and you're showboating and cocky and goofy, you are not focused. You are going to get knocked out. I've been saying this for over 20 years, and for the 11 years I've been with my wife, I have been on point every time. Masvidal with that stupid hands behind his back, laughing at people. And what happened? It happened to Silva when Wordman knocked him out. It happened to quite a few guys who got knocked out. You don't go into a championship fight after you've been bitching at Dana White to give you props, and then you go and do this. You are a jackass. Now you have to get 2 or 3 fights to get another main fight. Masvidal, you're a goof. I have to say it. You won the BMF title. You didn't represent, okay? You go in there and you laugh at people. You want to have your hands down. You think it's a joke? You know, Anderson Silva thought it was a joke also, but he got knocked the fuck out, and so did you. And I'm so happy you did, because now maybe people will realize, don't joke when you're a professional. Same thing happened to Ronda Rousey, taking off and doing all these great things. You know, Conor McGregor making a fuss. I'm $100 million ball player, but he forgot the recipe to what gets you there, and that is hard work, determination, and scratching and clawing. And once these guys get there, they forget the secret.
Yep.
It's that simple.
Now, speaking of UFC, kind of segueing over, it's been a while since Ronda Rousey was in WWE, and we know she left because she got allegedly burnt out from the business. She might have had her back was hurting, and she wanted to become a mom. The mom thing never materialized. Actually, Becky Lynch left and became pregnant and a mom before Ronda. But we just got news this past week. Rousey is 4 months pregnant. So I was always hoping for a comeback, and I know it still could happen. And really, all she needs to do is come back for a Mania, for maybe Rumble and Mania. She doesn't have to come back and do the long tour. So what's your thoughts? I mean, congratulations to her. I hope she comes back one day, at least to have that one final match or series of matches. I don't know. I feel like it's unfinished still. What do you think?
I got to tell you this, guys, okay? When Ronda Rousey was going strong and she was concentrating on her career, if you guys followed the bouncing ball, she got derailed by movies and commercials and social media, and she forgot what it took to get there. Same thing happened to Conor McGregor. This happens to them all. They make the money, they get the fame, they believe their own hype. Congratulations, you finally made it to motherhood, Ronda Rousey. But there's another name who is making a comeback. And I am very happy to announce Miesha Tate, one of my favorite personalities, one of my favorite fighters, is coming back to MMA. She did her thing. She has 2 children. She's got a beautiful family. She says, I'm coming back. She's looking like she's in shape. Her mind is straight. Her family life is straight. She can concentrate. So, Miesha Tate on the comeback trail. Congratulations to Ronda Rousey. Conor McGregor, I hope you get your head straight. And Masvidal, you have a 3-fight trial to get to another major significant fight, because what you did, you fucked everything up.
You think Rousey will return to wrestling to WWE in the future for one more big event, one more big?
You want to know something about Ronda Rousey? As tough as she came off and what she did in her career, I believe truly and honestly that she is a homebody. She likes the farm. She likes animals. She likes to be in her own element. I think for what she did to get to this point was noteworthy. It's honorable. Ronda Rousey, congratulations. You made it through. If you never stepped in the ring again, that's props to you, because what's more important than wrestling is having a family and life after wrestling. You've accomplished that.
Look at CM Punk. He hasn't been back, and he seems like he's happy for himself. So it can happen. Here's some bad news. We haven't really seen him surface in quite some time. I know there's a Twitter page that kind of shows a lot of his WCW wrestling work, some of his goofy stuff. I mean, this guy's a Hall of Fame football player. He came into the wrestling business, was part of the Four Horsemen. We just found out that Steve Mongo McMichael has ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, and it's taken a toll on him already. I saw a video of him recently, and just any thoughts? I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but he's a legend for sure when it comes to football, and he did make a brief mark in the wrestling business. Any thoughts on Mongo?
Guys, let me tell you something. I have fought the fight to uphold CTE in wrestling. It is in the Supreme Court right now on appeal. There is no way that NCAA, football, baseball, basketball, a lot of sports, pro hockey, the NFL have acknowledged the fact that CTE, ALS, these things do exist in life. And when you don't give the proper schooling and you don't give the proper knowledge and you don't take care of your own, it's very sad. To know that he has Lou Gehrig's disease after all the hanging and banging and doing your stuff, just imagine if my lawsuit wasn't fought as heavily with the WWE as it was, maybe, just maybe, some of the guys who have passed away, if they would have got some help, would still be alive today. To note, Joe Laurinaitis, Animal of the Legion of Doom, who was a very good friend of mine, not to mention 20 other pro wrestlers who have passed away since this lawsuit. It is very discouraging, and the WWE doesn't want to acknowledge things. It's devastating. Guys, it's real. It happens. Guys, believe in this. Guys out there today, all you young guys, take care of yourselves. Don't do this stupid shit. Protect your heads. Because you know what? Walking around with scrambled eggs in your mind, it doesn't work. You have to refocus, reprogram your brain, get back to that, to just live a normal life. Very sad. Michael, I wish you the best of luck.
I did notice he has loved ones, and he's pretty upbeat considering the circumstances. So, I know that not everybody can say they have a situation like that when news is bad and health is really bad. So at least Mongo has that family. So that's good. That's encouraging.
Awesome.
All right. So, we know other people like Daniel Bryan and Edge were out of wrestling for quite some time because of injuries, but they were lucky enough to have come back. And
yeah, but hold on. Before you go any further, okay?
Yeah.
They were lucky to come back because they had the facilities and they had they had everything at their fingertips.
Oh yeah,
provide them with the mental health and the reconditioning of their brains free of charge, so they can be rehabilitated to actually do their wrestling careers again. A lot of people don't have that privilege, and we all are in the same sport. So when you talk about people doing this and coming back, Daniel Bryan, because of my lawsuit, took off for 3 years. He came back, but he went through the system to rehabilitate himself. Edge went through the system to rehabilitate themselves. Guys, it is a process. It is something real. Don't take this lightly. If you are guys out there on the indie scene and they want you to go through a table, a flaming table, a barbed wire match, a light bulb match, all this stuff, do you really want to do this for $20?
Oh yeah, that's nuts, dude. So what do you think then, Brian? So Brian was one of the lucky ones that got that preferential treatment to be able to get these opportunities to get healthy like Edge. He comes back, co-headlines WrestleMania. And, whether this is a shoot or a work, he just recently did an interview and said, I felt detached from my match at WrestleMania 37. I wonder if this business is passing me by. More or less, that's paraphrasing. What's your thoughts on that? Whether it's a work or a shoot, pretend it's a shoot. Detached? I've never heard any wrestler say they're detached, even if they had a stinker. Like, what do you think this is about? Is this him working to be a part-timer, setting up?
Guys, right now, everybody's working a part-time schedule. People are wrestling once a week. What are you complaining about? You have time to recover from your match. You have a week. And you're not doing anything hard-hitting. So how could you be? It's tasking. You're full of shit. What you're repping is what happened in the past when you were working 250 times a year, and then you come to this. Guys, this is real. This was done because of the Vito LaGrasso lawsuit. This was done because of what I brought to the table. People acknowledge this. And now, everybody and their mother, The Undertaker, Daniel Bryan, and all the other ones who wrestle for the WWE. Yeah, you know, brother, I got these concussion issues and blah, blah, blah. But where were you when I came forth and did this lawsuit? You stayed back and collected your paycheck. You didn't give a shit about anybody else except yourselves. And this is legit shoot, no bullshit. This is straight talk, because when everybody was collecting a paycheck and Vito LaGrasso was fighting the fight, everybody sat back and shut the fuck up. But when it comes now that it's out there, everybody and their mother has concussion issues. I say no more.
So is Daniel Bryan full of shit when he's saying he was detached? Is this just to get sympathy, or or segue into him maybe retiring? You take any stock out of that comment that he made?
Bro, he's got a brand new family, right? He's got a beautiful wife. His wife's not wrestling. He's got 2 children. He's made enough money between him and his wife to retire and try to enjoy a normal after wrestling life. There's nothing wrong with that. But people can't get through the sickness and can't get through what's going on. Everybody wants to wrestle. You know what I mean? And sometimes you wrestle just to do that extra, to have that security blanket. Guys, there's nothing wrong with wrestling to support your family. But when your health and 2 young babies and a family and a new wife are at stake, think of something else, especially when you've made millions. Do you really need to be wrestling still? Or is it your ego that won't let you quit?
Yep. Yeah, and he didn't go over. He was pinned in the match, so who knows? But we'll see where that leads. All right, Vito, here's one for you. Twitter drama. It had nothing to do with no DQ. Meltzer and Charlotte. So Charlotte was recently storyline suspended, okay? She missed Mania. We can pin this back to maybe she was in hot water with her relationship with Andrade, who was released. So we don't know. She had COVID. She missed Mania, but yet was on the next night on Raw. She came out, cut a promo. Hey, I'm here. I'm the opportunity. Everybody's got to go through me. The next week, she beat up a ref after she lost to Asuka with the help from Rhea Ripley, and they suspended her storyline-wise. Rumor has it she's going to get some dental work or something. Meltzer, he likes to say his piece on everything, and he was just saying, oh, she's getting enhanced and this and that. Dental work's a cover-up. She's going to go have more plastic surgery. I don't even know exactly what he said, but she replied back to him. I cannot believe wrestlers are replying to Dave Meltzer like this. And Charlotte even said, if you could have got this straight shoot from me, you have my phone number. And then I'm like, what? Dave Meltzer has Charlotte's phone number? Now, if he was a real journalist or acted like one, okay, journalists have contacts. I'm totally fine with that. Well, to follow this up, now Andrade, who's roaming out there unemployed, he's beefing it back with Meltzer over this whole Charlotte thing. What am I missing here, Vito? Why do these wrestlers interact with Dave Meltzer, more or less a super fan who writes his own column or newsletter?
Social media has killed the wrestling business, and everybody has something to say. Dave Meltzer likes to stir the pot and likes to put out bullshit things, which have been caught. I'm not saying this to down Dave Meltzer, but he has been caught fabricating the truth and not saying what is true. Charlotte answered the call, just like Seth Rollins and a number of people who have contested what Dave Meltzer has reported. So that puts Meltzer in the hot seat, what's true and what's not true. If you want the real stuff, go to the source and ask them yourself. Don't fabricate and bullshit people to sell your news scribes. because it downs your credibility. Dave Meltzer, you seem like an educated guy. I got no beef with you. You've had my beefs with, well, you had beefs with my wife, and my wife fended you off. You've had beefs with me, and I have no beefs with you. But some of the things that you publish are fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And when people call you on it, people want to know why are you doing this? You know, what makes a good journalist here at Getting Color, we talk the truth. We don't bullshit. We're not trying to get a job. We're not trying to suck up. We're not trying to be fucking bullshitters or try to sell scribes. We're talking legit wrestling. This is wrestling like. And people, I don't watch Monday Night Raw. I don't watch NXT. I don't watch AEW. I don't watch pay-per-views. I catch all the highlights and I read and see what's going on. And then when I comment, I am on point on what I'm saying just from the experience I have. Now, gentlemen like Virtue or an Aaron Rip or Ben Hameen or Stevie Richards or people who take the time to watch these things and give their honest opinion, like Duke of Wrestling and Brad Shepard. These are guys in my circle. And when they talk stuff, they try to give the best of their ability in the truth. This is not fabricating things. Guys, be true in what you're reporting because it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. You know, not everybody can be famous for reporting bullshit, but over here at Getting Color, and even at the Vince Russo brand or MOB or when I'm on Patreon, I don't bullshit. And neither does Noel Harlow, neither does Virtue. We don't need to because what we give you is the true stuff and the right shit. Go ahead.
You know, and if I was wrong or mistaken, I would say it. Like, I wouldn't try to cover it and mask it like some of those journalists do. And that's really what bothers me the most. They can never be wrong. Opinions, you can fend your own opinion off, but when you're presenting something as a fact and then it's proven wrong, you got to just say I was wrong, right? But whatever.
You're exactly right, 100%.
All right. Main event of the main topics. You're always the main event. So the pre-main event. Ready for this one? God, you're going to go off. So Mickie James posted a picture that she got some of her remaining things sent back to her in a trash bag. There was a firestorm all over social media. Other wrestlers, females of the past said, yeah, we got something similar to that as well. I'm not going to name them, but they're out there. Marc Carano, who was, talent relations guy, took the hit for this and they fired him. And a lot of things are now coming out that this guy was a prick and petty and did a lot of maybe unprofessional things in the way he treated talent, mind games. I just want your take on this because WWE is a billion-dollar company. I know some industrial supply places and places that sell office supplies that sell pretty nice boxes, bubble wrap, packing peanuts, tape. These wrestlers, Mickie James, could have got their stuff back in a more professional way and not a hefty garbage bag with a piece of tape on it with their name written in crayon. So, Vito, have at it, but it seems like Marc Carano is an absolute douchebag. Seems, opinion. I'm not saying, from what I've read. What is your take on this?
Guys, I'm going to give you my scoop on this, and this is the legit shit, and this is true stuff, okay? I want everybody to listen and listen closely. When Marc Carano started, I was there when he started being in the wrestling business. He was the nicest motherfucker you ever wanted to meet. He was a sweet individual. He was caring. He loved the wrestling business. He was a cool dude.
What did he do early on? Do you remember? Like, what was he part of?
He worked in the office for talent relations.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No bullshit. I would invite him to my home back then because of the gentleman he was and for the way he acted towards me and the way he treated me. That's pretty big because I don't invite anybody to my house unless I feel comfortable. When you're groomed to take over talent relations, and the person who's doing it is John Laurinaitis.
Mm-hmm.
John Laurinaitis did not have a good reputation in WCW. John Laurinaitis did not have a good reputation in the WWE before he departed. And when he got elevated to a higher position, he didn't have a good reputation then. When you train somebody to be the next you, to be a clone, to be a scumbag, to be a motherfucker, to be an ass-kissing son of a bitch, you will be that ruthless cocksucker who's nasty to fucking talent.
There you have it. This is making total sense here, and you were there.
Yeah, I was there, and I was there in WCW, and I seen it happen, and I was there in All Japan, and I seen it happen. When a prick and a cocksucker fucking trains you, you're going to turn out to be a prick and a cocksucker to fucking do onto others. Marc Carano got the position, he got the power, he got the zest. There's a young lady on Facebook, Deborah Simmons, who dated him and has come out and said that Marc Carano, this is what has been written, not what I'm reporting, but what has been written, hiding championship belts under his bed, taking things from the WWE, waiting for a severance package after 20 years to get fired. You're a dickbag. And the way you treated wrestlers from that point on, from you taking over, sucks. Let's look at Ashley Mazzaro, who was assaulted on an overseas tour and was told certain things never to open her mouth by certain individuals in a certain company. You fucking suck. And this has been the repertoire and the recipe. Now, Mickie James did the greatest thing by outing these son of a bitches for saying, oh, I got a trash bag. Remember the movie Rocky? You put my shit on Skid Row. Fuck you, douchebag. Now, Mickie James got put on Skid Row. She gets a trash bag with a name on it. You know, that's a fucking scumbag thing to do for somebody who put out and made money and been in WrestleMania and was a former champion. That's a scumbag thing to do. That's when Stephanie McMahon and Triple H and John Laurinaitis all tweeted something. But isn't it funny how Triple H and John Laurinaitis tweeted the same fucking tweet because it's retro, because it's programmed, and it's not heartfelt? That's what fucking sucks about the wrestling business. They don't like real people. They don't like feelings. They don't like people who will stand up for the wrestlers because they don't want no guff. They want yes and stooge and ass-kissing motherfuckers to be in that office. And that's the problem. When you have somebody who will fight for your rights and fight for what's right, they don't like it. Hire Vito LaGrasso and see how far you get doing this shit. Because I am a wrestler full and through. And I've dealt with jackasses like this my whole fucking career who run and see things. And because you don't do this, and you don't ass kiss, and you don't suck dick, and you don't do the other thing. And this is true shit, people. This is not a lie. This is what happens in the wrestling business. And if you don't comply, you get fired, or you're not given the push, or you're released.
And it's not like this is an office job where you go in and you take a box and throw all your stuff. This is like professional entertainment. And if you're fired and released, they should be more respectful the way they send your things to you if they still have the stuff. So a lot of people...
Professional courtesy is not practiced here at the WWE. Professional courtesy is not practiced. See CM Punk. getting a FedEx. Hey, you're fucking fired. Go fuck yourself on your wedding day.
Yeah, pettiness. Absolute pettiness. All right, well, that was well said, Vito. With that said, any last thoughts on Big Vito's mind before we close the show?
WWE, I put this out there. Hire somebody with some integrity who'll stand up for the wrestler. Hire Vito LaGrasso to see if he can make a difference in the wrestlers' lives. Not because of fucking, because I want a job. Because shit that happened to Mickie James, that fucking sucks. And John Laurinaitis coming in, he was the biggest scumbag that ever fucking walked the streets and scumbag so many people and did wrong by so many people. Let's fucking hashtag Ashley Mazzaro. So when you talk about things, he's going to clean up the WWE. He's going to make some fires. He's going to make some changes. Go fucking suck a dick because you ain't doing nothing. You're just out there to gain notoriety. That's why you fucking wound up on the fucking Divas program. That's why you wound up in all the fucking things. That's why you dated the fucking Divas mom so you can keep significant because you seen the handwriting on the wall and you're a fucking opportunist. You fucking suck. You're a horrible human being. And I could say much more on this fucking thing, but I'm going to save it for my book when I out every motherfucker out there in the WWE, especially the people who are behind the scenes, because for the shit I seen and the shit I witnessed and the shit that's going on, people will fucking want to see it and fucking know about it. And that's how I'm going to fucking end this. Peace out, yo.
All right, folks, this has been another edition of Getting Color right here on thebigvitobrand.com. You can follow Vito on Twitter at @TheBigVitoBrand. You can follow and attempt to troll me on Twitter as well at @NoDQ_virtue. Be sure to check out Vito's Patreon, which is patreon.com/TheBigVitoBrand. Once again, for the man himself, Big Vito, I am Virtue. This has been Getting Color. See you next time.